In the spring of 1991, during a 3-day visit to Washington, Queen Elizabeth II accepted an invitation to visit the library and have lunch with library supporters and celebrities. Accompanied by her husband Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, and 16 other members of her royal party, this was a return visit for her. Her first visit as a princess took place nearly 40 years ago. Though the Library of Congress is accustomed to distinguished visitors, this royal visit coincided with the reopening of the main reading room, and the day's festivities became an important media event. Members of Congress waited in the Great Hall to welcome the Queen and Prince Philip as they made their way through the receiving line with Librarian of Congress James Billington and his wife Marjorie. The Queen then made her way up the south staircase for a more informal receiving line. In a surprise move, she walked through the crowd of invited guests, shaking hands and exchanging pleasantries. Hollywood royalty was there to greet her. Ben Kingsley, Angela Lansbury, Jessica Tandy and her husband Hume Cronin, and British actor Michael York. And American captains of industry were there. Jane Fonda and cable TV magnate Ted Turner received nearly as much attention as the guest of honor. The royal toastmaster announced the Queen and the Billingtons in royal fashion.
Speaker, Your Excellencies, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, please receive Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, the Librarian of Congress and his lady, Chairman of BAFTA.
In a toast to the health, the long life and continued prosperity of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
With all the pomp and circumstance of the day's events, it was a charming touch that the menu chosen for the grand occasion was copied from recipes of one of the great opponents of British rule of the colonies, Thomas Jefferson. Librarian Billington presented several gifts to the Queen from the library's collections, including photographs and a videotape of earlier royal visits to the library. A facsimile of a 1568 letter from Queen Elizabeth I to Catherine de' Medici, and a copy in Spanish of the original general orders for the Spanish Armada. After the luncheon, the Queen visited the main reading room, where she was shown collections from the Rare Book and Special Collections Division, the Geography and Map Division, prints and photographs, music, and several others. She was also introduced to the library's American Memory Project,